Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyrone Milade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. Today, I want to just take a little bit of time to look at the full moon in Libra. It is tomorrow, March 25th, and it is at 3 a.m. in the morning. And so, yeah, let's just kind of look at what this full moon means. It's also a full moon it's a full moon eclipse, which makes it a very, very powerful full moon. And so this full moon actually is going to be in effect for like to actually work with the energy close up to the moon. Probably 2 weeks. We could say 2 weeks for sure, but it definitely we will be powerfully feeling this energy until at least the Capricorn full moon, okay? Which will be around Cancer season sometime. Just in case any of y'all are new here, again, I'm Tyra Amilade, spiritual guide and coach. And one of the ways that I love helping women is using astrology. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello to everyone who's a hashtag replay queen. So, yeah, we are going to talk about this full moon. And I will say on April the 7th, I have a new moon retreat. It is for the new moon in Aries, which is also an eclipse. Wow, what a very powerful time we are in. It is like complete and total reset time. And so I would love to have you join me in that new moon retreat. We meet for about 2 hours. We do ritual. We have group sharing. It's very interactive. And I also share my new moon through the signs video with those of you who joined the retreat. So, yeah, just check out the description box. You can go look and see what it's about, or you can register there also. Thank you. So, the full moon is always, always about endings, culminations, revelations. Like, what are you looking for? And because this is an eclipse full moon, we've been feeling this all of March. And so you want to kind of think about, is there an ending? Is there something culminating? Is there a revelation that has been pronounced for you? The other thing that I want y'all to think about, because this is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse, we want to think about detachment. Like, it's sort of like there's something maybe that you need to release, let go of. You already kind of feel led to do that. And this moon will give you that opportunity to go on ahead and detach. Because you have to remember, an eclipse moon is about getting you in alignment with your fate. And I want you to think about things like what's weighing you down. We're talking about balance. What's out of balance is keeping you from fully aligning with your destiny. So you want to be thinking about what can be offloaded. And a lot of times it's kind of like you already feel like you want to let this thing go. That's what the eclipse energy will make you feel like. Now, it is this energy of push and pull, very Libra esque, like that. It's like double Libra energy. I'm actually going to say like triple Libra energy because of this push and pull energy. And so you're looking at balance or you versus someone else. But it's just way more pronounced for some of us when it comes to this particular full moon. So, where are you feeling tugged? This moon can give you some wisdom around that. So, these are some of the keywords for Libra. So, you could see in the full moon section, we talked about, or just the meaning of it, balance. And then you can see balance here because Libra is actually one of the signs that helps to set up this energy of this push and pull energy of the full moon. And so maybe this full moon is going to help you to see where you need to be more balanced. Do you need to offload something that would bring more balance into your life? Um, Just one moment. Let me see something. Okay. So, relationships is the key topic that I think everybody will be focused on with this full moon and eclipse. I can't, I mean, it has to be everybody. Okay, maybe not everybody, but a huge number of us are looking at our relationships. It could be one relationship, it could be relationships in general, but it definitely is about relationships. So you want to be looking at what message is coming to you. It could be you learning maybe how to be different in your relationship so that you get, a different result or outcome in the relationship that you are currently in, or, some lesson. Maybe there's someone that you need to detach from, some relationship that may come to an end, or it's something is in the relationship and it's not working, and this full moon can help that to be released so that the relationship can, you know, be better. And also want you to think about relationships with yourself. Libra has to do with contracts and agreements. That's what a relationship largely is about, or even the contracts, agreements, legal affairs. It's relational, okay? But I want you to think about, is there something you have a relationship to that needs to change? Say for instance, technology. That's one that I've been kind of hyper focused on to talk to you all about because of Mercury retrograde. Um I want to also focus on, it's things need to be refined when we're working with Libra. So, what needs to be refined, this full moon in Libra can help to bring that up. I talked about how eclipses help you to align with your purpose. So, it may be you're going to get something, helps you to refine your path towards your purpose or how you are doing your purpose. Refinement is so, so important. It's what makes Libra the best. And it's why Libra is so graceful. Okay. It's because Libra is all about refinement. You can see elegance, diplomacy, and that takes doing something over and over and over again to just make it the best. So, what needs refinement in your life overall in general? Let's see here. So I'm gonna move forward. Um, Here we go. Okay. So yes, I do think that the opposite of the refinement is the perfectionism. So maybe some of us are gonna need to release the need to be a perfectionist. And also where there is lack of decision making. This might be a full moon that might give you some understanding of, what decision you need to make. It could bring some clarity around that. It could bring some perspective, that kind of thing. What does it say? Um, okay. So what I want to do now is to look at this particular full moon in Libra. It's a pretty simple moon. It doesn't have a lot going on with it, which I like personally. Um, it kind of makes the moon be in its pure energy, so we can kind of look at it and just go with, what does the full moon mean? What does Libra mean? What does the eclipse mean? And it'll translate pretty well. So this moon is at 5 degrees of Libra. So that's a very Libra-esque moon. Everything that I've talked about, that's what applies. And then the other energy in this moon is this energy of Sagittarius. So I think this moon can help us to get more clarity around our vision and our goals. And yeah, we can get more, we can refine them maybe. That's something that you want to think about. And maybe this full moon is going to help you to become more aligned with your vision, though it may require you to give something up in order for you to be more in alignment with that vision. Sagittarius is expansive. And so maybe this moon is going to help you to see how you've been expansive and how that's playing in your favor. Or it might help you to see where you need to become more expansive and open to growth. And so that will be illuminated for you also. It might be asking you to release things that have been more of a limitation than not. And, we just have a lot going on in Aries right now. So even though this moon is very much about relationships, it still might be a little bit more me focused. So that's something I want you to think about. Maybe this moon is largely about your relationship with yourself. You'll see me looking off to the side for notes. Okay. Also, I think that this moon can help. If I haven't said this yet, it can help you get more aligned with your life purpose. And again, I just think it's through a refining process. It's like maybe I need to go back to the drawing board. What I really love about this moon is that it has a nice meeting with Pluto's trine. And I love that because that Pluto is about transformation and it's about empowerment. And so it's sort of like this moon can help you to transform and to step into your power, but it will feel expansive. It will feel like easy to do versus when you're forced into it. And so I really do love that. And maybe it's going to be more empowerment in your relationships. Excuse me, it's a little bit late, so pardon that yawn. Also, I think this moon can help you to look at making progress, and maybe you'll see you actually have made progress since it is a full moon, or the path forward for making progress, no matter what area of life. If it's an area of life where you wanted to make progress, I think this moon can help you to be able to do that. Um, Pluto is sending a trine to the sun, so some of what I think needs to happen is there's this level of authenticity that we all need to be bringing and operating from our natural gifts, our natural talents, our natural intelligence. And so part of what Pluto in this moon is helping us to do is, to feel empowered to do that, but also to see that it's very helpful. Like life is better when you are living authentically. I also think that this is a moon that having community is important, looking at the one-to-one relationships, looking at your place within the community. I think that it will definitely be bringing up topics like that. So I don't have a whole lot to share because it's just not a lot involved with this moon. Like I said, it's a pretty simple moon, but it's potent, it's powerful. I'm already feeling it. And I really think it's largely about, one other thing. I think it's largely about relationships. So the ruler of this moon is in Pisces, it's Venus. Venus in Pisces is very blessed. It's a very good position. And so I just think that there's just been a lot of energy with these moons here lately that's like, yeah, you can do all the things, but until you really tap that inner knowing, tap your intuition, use, healing modalities, spirituality, it's that soft feminine powerful wisdom within you through your intuition. Success will not come without all of that. You've got to bring all of that in to have the success that you want. Also, I think that this moon can bring revelation of just how much spirit is operating on your side. Venus is manifesting, so it could be that you're manifesting a healing. You're manifesting something that you desire. Maybe when it comes to relationship, Pisces is about releasing and letting go. So it could be that Pisces is, helping you um, to release and let go of anything that's not working regarding relationships. It could be something regarding relationships, but it's in your subconscious mind. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of what we experience in relationships reflects what's on the inside of us. And so it's not to judge yourself. You don't want to weaponize this kind of thought. It's more of like, is there something I could do? There we go, refining. Is there something I could do to bring more relationships into my life that feel better for me or that are more desirable? And, this could be a moon where Venus is helping you to see this is something that I want you to shift in your mind, in your spirit, in your understanding of relationships. This is not working for you. Let it go. And let's bring in something that is more aligned with bringing you what you desire. I hope that that feels good because I don't like people to. I remember when I would hear that, I would think, wow, I really suck in certain areas, but it's more of an invitation to just go within and see, um, how can you refine it? Like I said, it's more of like, okay, let me just keep tweaking and fine tuning. I know what I did before. Now I'm going to do something different. Example could be in the past when I hear a certain voice telling me this relationship is not for you in terms of friendships. I would ignore it. And so the way I tweaked it was I stopped ignoring it, right? I'm like, you know what? I used to tell people, I don't have to see people's full on, I used to say crazy, maybe that's not a good word, but I don't need to see the worst of them in order for me to believe what spirit has dropped in my, given to me. This ain't for you. When it's a no, it's just a no. I don't need to know why it's a no. But I had to refine that. I had to experience a horrible relationship or friendship, I should say, and then where I ignored it, ignored the signs and just my intuition, and then it taught me, pay attention to that next time, and it has significantly decreased the number of friendships I have where I'm just like, "This friendship ended poorly. It was a horrible relationship." It is very quickly. I get to the point, "Oh, not for me." Got it, right? And I'm so much happier. Hope that's a good example for y'all. So let's look through what this means. I'm just going to touch on it lightly for each sign. So Libra for one moment. Okay, so for Libra, this is the seventh house, and so definitely Aries, excuse me, for Aries, this is the seventh house. Libra is definitely going to be bringing up topics around relationships, you and how you connect with other people. Some of the Aries might just be like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, or something has to change about this relationship. And I think that it's also a time for Aries to be looking at what's out of balance. What do you need to bring? What do you need to do in order to bring your life more into balance? Um, and maybe there's some wise soul, some wisdom you receive that um, you need to revisit that would support you in whatever it is that you need to be thinking about regarding uh, relationships or what it is that you need to bring yourself in balance. And yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at that for Aries. So next is Taurus. Y'all know, for those who are here, typically, I have a a little cheat sheet that helps me make sure I go in the right direction with this. Okay, so for Taurus, what you want to focus on is your health and wellness, your routines, your hold on one second. For Taurus, you want to focus on your day-to-day routines, your lifestyle. You might have been working on that, Taurus, and then you're kind of like, wow, I'm off course. I need to get back on course. There was some plan that you had that was helping you to make progress. It was some wisdom you were following. You moved away from it, and now you want to go back to following that guidance. Also for you, Taurus, is some revelation around work, workplace, maybe some systems, systemization, how your life flows from day to day. Those kinds of things might be coming up. It might be you're just kind of out of balance, out of whack, and you want to bring it back into balance. And this full moon is going to be helping you to see that. Or, it's it could be that you're just seeing how good you've been doing with work and projects and lifestyle and systemization. You'll just kind of feel like, wow, I've been working on this and I'm doing better. But I really do think it's also a house where you can offload things that are a problem because it's an eclipse. So it's kind of like, what do you need to detach from that will help you to release that problem? Or yeah, what needs to be released in terms of like routines and habits? Those are other things that I think are really important for you to look at, Taurus. So for Gemini, this is your fifth house. And so you will be given an opportunity to, I think you can do some healing from your childhood with this fifth house because it does have to do with our childhood. Um, and especially anything that prevents you from using your gifts and your talents. And I always see when this part of the eclipse is in the fifth house, it's an invitation for you to shine. And it's sort of like maybe you haven't been shining and you need to shine. And you're being asked to release whatever is blocking you from shining. If it's not shining, it's just using your gifts and your talents. There may be something that you need to detach from regarding your children, the children in your life. Um, Even having children. I never say that, but I heard to say it, having children. And some detachment around romance and maybe even something that has to do with sexual interactions, sexuality. Also, it might be an invitation for, the Geminis actually to open yourself up to some good fortune and, having a good time, having more fun. Maybe it's about blocks to fun or, maybe you're not having enough fun and you need to bring balance into where you're having more fun in your life. And okay, that's where I'm going to leave that one. Okay. So mm, that was Gemini. I forgot to change. So I just have to put that there so I can tag it. Okay, Cancer. This is happening in your fourth house. So for Cancerians, this is a pivotal transit. Some of y'all may find yourself moving. You may find yourself purging something around your emotions. I think of all the signs, you'll be very emotional. You'll be one of the more emotional signs because this is happening in the fourth house, which has to do with emotions. And it could be, you moving, or maybe there's something you want to release in terms of your home. You might say something like, I just want to do something different. I had one look, I want to do a new look, or maybe you've been working on creating something new within the home. And so now you're seeing that take place. It's manifested, you've brought it about. It also has to do with ancestors. I think that The Cancerians may be talking quite a bit about their ancestral lineage, hearing from their ancestors during this eclipse, and very much focused. Maybe there's some ancestral healing you need to do. I brought up the emotions, but maybe there's some emotional healing that it will be revealed. This is what you need to heal up. Cancerians. It also has to do with the foundation of your life, and it might be sort of like something is happening and it used to be foundational to who you are, to think this way, to feel this way, to have these values, to understand yourself and your family in this particular manner. But now you're like, that's no longer going to be a part of the foundation of who I am. Maybe something gets revealed and you're like, what? I thought this my whole life and now I don't feel this way. I do see this as an opportunity to heal more than anything. Cancers. Okay, don't let me forget. Next is Leo. Leo, this is happening in your third house. This is a house that has a lot going on. I think that this full moon could make your mind be very, very active. Maybe you're getting a lot of new ideas. Maybe some of these thoughts that you're having are about, maybe there's some beliefs that you need to release and let go of, some mindsets that you need to release and let go of. If you haven't been taking care of your mental health, this moon might be helping you to see, hey, you need to take care of your mind. And this could show that you are going to be surrounded by new people day to day. Could be because you're in a new neighborhood, could be because you're at a new job. And it could bring up relationship topics regarding your siblings and cousins, friends, coworkers, neighbors. Maybe there's something that you just need to let go of regarding that. Or it could be there was a wound there and you want to release the wound so that you can heal. Also, this has to do with communications of all sorts. Some people may be um, finishing something that they've been writing and now they have to um, edit it. Actually, I know a Leo who is having to do that. And it's perfect for revisions because we're headed into Mercury retrograde time. So I think that's ingenious. But maybe there's been a block to writing and you're going to receive something, you'll be able to dissolve that block and complete the writing. You might actually see that the writing has manifested with this one, but maybe there's some revisions, like I said, that need to be done. It needs to be refined. It could be, you can use it for social media, and it's either you see something has manifested and it's like, yay, I did it, or um, you'll get some insight about what needs to happen regarding this communication. It could be literally conversations that you're having that are significant. They are very important conversations. It has to do with short trips and transportation. So those topics could be coming up, like, how am I going to get around? I'm not going to get to work this way anymore. I'm going to choose a new way to get to work. And maybe, some of the Leos are like, I need a short trip just so I can get away. Because again, it's kind of like, I want to release and let this go. So, yeah. Next is Virgo. And so, Virgo, this is happening in your second house. So, all of the Virgos may be looking at something around personal finance. It could be you've been working on achieving something in your personal finances and you actually see it with this full moon, or you need to refine them. But it'll be something that's a little bit glaring because, again, this is an eclipse moon. It's almost like something fated could happen to really shift the way that you make money. And it also has to do with self care and what you eat. So some of the Virgos might be hyper focused on how you're taking care of yourself, how you're eating. Maybe there's something out of balance with both of those, and those topics will come up for you. It also has to do with your stuff, your material possessions. And so some of the Virgos might just be like, it's time to purge. We about to let some stuff go, honey. Or you you just feel detached from your stuff, and maybe because you're headed in a new direction. It's like, I don't need this anymore because I'm going to be inviting something in new. Maybe it's more reflective of who and what you are at this stage in life. This could have to do with history also. Yeah. Well, I brought up ancestors with Cancerian. So this could definitely have something to do with history also. The second house can be related to history, family, collections. That's why it's history. It really maybe get into, you know, some history that, yeah, it just will help you maybe to have a more balanced understanding, or, maybe it's releasing a history that, you and your family have owned, and you're like, I'm not owning this history anymore. I also think that this is a really good transit for people who want to get into antiques or collecting things of value. This can perhaps help you to begin to kind of figure out how to make that happen. I hope that y'all just do things, if you have collections of value, just do things to really care for them during this time also. So we have the sign of the eclipse of the full moon, Libra. Hello, Libra. This is a significant moon for you, and a lot of changes can be brought about in your life. Maybe you're kind of like, I just need to offload this. I need to finish this. I don't want to carry this with me into the next year. I remember that was something that I felt when I had the eclipses in my first house. So the full moon can kind of be illuminating that, maybe kind of like giving you that push to finish something, or maybe it's just something you've been doing and you don't need to do it anymore. And this full moon is really making that glaringly apparent. I need to let this go. So that's something else that you can be thinking about. Also, something around the body or your appearance could be a huge topic for you during this full moon. Maybe you've already been making the changes and you're going to be like, wow, I've made a lot of progress. I'm doing great. Or, whatever these massive sweeping changes are that are coming over your life, you're like, wow, I'm with it. I'm making the changes. And you're really seeing how they are showing up. But it's definitely what this is for you when it comes to new beginnings is you've got to let something go in order to step into something new. That's how it looks for you right now, Libra. So next is Scorpio. So, Scorpio, you're one of the water signs. And so, yeah, this can be emotional. It could feel a little bit challenging for you. It's definitely an opportunity to heal. So, where do you need to heal? Maybe you're going to see you're making progress on your healing, or you just will see, oh my gosh, I need to heal. And this healing is like from the inside out. Or maybe there's been some mysterious, health challenge that you've had, and this moon is going to help you to maybe get some clarity around that, or figure out how to move past this um, health challenge. I know as a Pisces, I have these kinds of things come up, and it'll be like, I remember I had eczema for years, and then just one day eczema went away. I probably had eczema almost 2 decades, and then it just went away. So it's something like that potentially, I'm not guaranteeing. It could be something like that, or the start of it. It also could be like, have you had some blocks to creativity, blocks to spirituality, internal blocks? This full moon can help you to maybe to address, even if it's just one, releasing and letting go of internal blockages that don't allow you to receive more of what you want in your life. And maybe this is a moon that's going to really highlight how much more compassionate Scorpios need to be for themselves. Definitely, what are some healing modalities that you want to use, like hypnosis and NLP, meditation, mindfulness, spiritual practices? All of these could be coming up. I also think some of the Scorpios might connect with the unseen spirit world. So don't be surprised. Scorpio, if you see spirits. Okay, so next is excuse me, Sagittarius. Now, this 11th house is a house of being gainful. So I'm hoping that blocks to gainfulness have been dissolved for you, Sagittarius. But yeah, definitely you could be seeing where you are being gainful or what needs to happen in order for you to bring more gainfulness into your life. And it could be asking you, you could feel this pull to create new goals. And also, you could be looking at, are you making progress? Are you not making progress? This is another house that has to do with relationships. It could be bringing up relationships with friends, your community, definitely a big group, perhaps. I wonder if any of the Sagittariuses have been, working on having a conference, a convention, a summit, something like that could be prevalent, or you could be receiving messages around that. And then also something with technology, because this is one of the houses that has to do with the online space. It has to do with technology in general. It's very sciency. And so maybe some of the Sagittarius is with this full moon, you'll see how to use this technology, apply the science, or maybe it's kind of like you don't need to use this anymore. You're going to use something new. And this eclipse is going to help to take away whatever technology is not benefiting you at this time. But this is one of the lucky houses, also Sagittarius. So maybe this can help, release blocks to good fortune for you, or you'll see good fortune show up. Okay, so next is Capricorn. For you, Capricorn, you're, the last sign where this is a very important eclipse, and you could find that um, big changes are coming around career. I mean, I'm being 100. Some of the Capricorns might be like, I'm leaving this job, or the job lets you go, something like that. But it's definitely kind of like a detachment. Even if you stay where you are, you just might feel like, you know what? I don't even care. I am not fighting anymore. I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm letting it go around work. It also could be, what you used to be known for. You're like, "I don't wanna be known for that anymore. I wanna be known for something new," or just straight up, you are, like, what you're known for just is, you're like, "I lost it. It's gone," right? But you're headed somewhere new regarding career. So, yeah, just know that. For some women, this could indicate a relationship status change in terms of like marriage. So, some of the Capricorns may find themselves like, I am out of this marriage, or oh my gosh, I'm getting married, but don't get married before Mercury retrograde ends. Please, the stars. If you are getting married, reach out and find out when is Mercury, Venus, and Mars retrograde to avoid those times. Okay. And it could bring up family obligations also, or release them. Actually, you're like, I've been in charge of this thing for my family for so long, and now you're relieved of those duties. Okay. For Aquarius, this is happening in your ninth house. I just think that Aquarius, you're gonna maybe there's a world paradigm that's shifting for you. You're seeing the world in a whole new way. And this is just going to continue to allow the release of the old paradigm so you can step into the new paradigm, release anything that is preventing you from growth and expansion. Um, if you've had a teacher or guru, it may make you feel like you are deviating from that teacher or that guru in some way, but it's really just because you're opening yourself up to something new. Also, this has to do with publicity and publishing a book. It's sort of like this heightened place, once you publish a book, one of the things I hear is like, when you publish a book, It's truly a path to, looking like an expert in the online world. So I just think that this moon can help remove any blocks to making, publicity and publishing a book work in your favor, or you're going to receive some revelation that you need to know around publicity and publishing a book, foreign travel. For some people, it might be like, I wanted to go travel. I haven't done this. Now I'm going to do it. Or whatever these goals that you had around traveling, you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe you want to go to a different place. Or maybe you're just going to be like, I want to do more domestic traveling. But yeah, definitely, this is another one of those houses that has to do with good fortune. So I hope it means that it's released, letting releasing a block towards receiving good fortune. I hope that that's what it means. Oh, yeah, it's all about reframing, forgiveness, gratitude. So this can actually help you to reframe something that has prevented you from being expansive. And then last but certainly not least is Pisces. So for Pisces, this is the eighth house, which, I mentioned this full moon could have to do with change and transformation because of that Pluto, but it'll feel like you're ready for that change and that transformation. I also think that, Pisces, you're being asked to operate from your power. So blocks to power can be dissolved, perhaps with this full moon, and you even feel more empowered because we have that Pluto sending power your way. Maybe you want to release some debt. Set some intentions around that debt being released because this is one of the houses that has to do with debt, releasing wounding. Um, it's definitely a house that has to do with purging. It has to do with money, again, debt, taxes. This full moon can help you to, maybe come up with a way to bring more balance in those with those different money topics, grants, um, scholarships, and fellowships. It's like, what is it that you need to do in order to secure those? It can help you to see that. It also has to do with trust, intimacy, and sexuality. And so maybe blocks to feeling, intimate, having trust, being sexual. These are all topics that could be coming up. Like, where's the imbalance when it comes to those, and allowing yourself to, you know, release something that would open up more of you having those if that's something that you desire. But yeah, I'll call this the house that has to do with extreme self-care. So I definitely think this moon will be bringing up topics around how you need to care for yourself. So right now what I want to do is just a quick reading. What does this full moon mean for us? And this is the African Goddess Rising deck. Oh, wow. I pulled Sekhmet. That's the wounded healer card. And so, what this moon is asking us to do is healer, heal thyself. What wounds need to be healed up, knowing that you deserve to receive healing and receiving that healing. So, yeah, I think this will be very powerful in terms of healing and largely around relationships. Okay. Or something that you're doing that takes you out of balance. Those are the top two that I like to bring up. This is from my Mythical Goddess Tarot deck. Wow. Okay. This is the Creative Spark card, and it has to do with being a child. So there's something about innocence. I have to go to it because I don't know. So maybe this is going to help offload something that helps us to tap into our inner fire, because that's what this card is about. And the part of the eclipse that's in a fire sign is that Aries node. The part that's in this full moon is, of course, with Libra. And so it's kind of like, what do we need to offload in order to really tap into our fire? And it says the child of fire is the creative spark, the inner flame that is the essence of inspiration and creation that exists within every living thing. Let this child's fiery spirit illuminate your inner spark of creativity that has been waiting since your conception to come full blazing into expression. And this child is here to assist you in allowing your deepest creative essence to be inspired and activated by her joyous, all consuming flame. And one of the things I'm thinking about, I didn't touch on this much, but Libra does have to do with art and creativity. And, it's a very fashionable sign also. So it's just making me think that some of us probably need to reconnect with our inner child and reconnect with that inner fire, that inner creative energy, or the creative energy of the child, but our own inner child. And I think this moon can help us to really offload so that we can do that. It says here, let your inner creative spark ignite your soul fire that it may blaze forth into your life and bring the fulfillment you deserve. I also want to go back to Sekhmet and give you I like Sekhmet's, what is her number? Oh, I think I have it right here. I want to give y'all the declaration because it's an affirmation. Um, I want to give y'all an affirmation for this. Actually, I think I have a few also from my presentation, my slides. Okay, so page 30, Sekhmet, and her affirmation is, "It is safe to put myself first." I think that's a good one. I think that's a real good one. It is safe to put myself first. So let's go down and see. Okay, here's some good Libra affirmations. Oh, I seek and create balance. My interactions with others inspire and fuel me. I place equal value into all parts of my life. Ooh, that's a good one. We shouldn't be doing one thing too much all the time. There are times when we will have to kind of focus on certain areas, and then there's other times when it's like, baby, we need to focus on something else. My natural charisma and grace shines through. And our last one, I am balanced, fair, and kind. No matter what Libras you've dealt with, the Libra energy in general is very kind, graceful. I always like to see Libra as being very appropriate. The Libra's always going to be appropriately dressed. We're having the appropriate conversations. It's the energy of class, right? So this is just an opportunity to bring that Libra energy, that thing that makes Libras just mm, all I can think is they're just so refined and so graceful. Libra is opposite Aries, which is just like raw. And, Libra is like the quintessential wild woman. And Libra is that energy where it's kind of like, I have that inner wild woman, yes, but there's just a certain way I want to show up. And I kind of see it as a little bit of a lost quality that we have in society right now. So maybe it's kind of like, Libra is reminding us that things like having grace, and I like to say manners, I love the pleasantries. Hello, when you see somebody, let's speak, let's say good morning, especially if we are interacting with one another. If I say I'm gonna follow up, so if a Libra in general, if a Libra, it tells you they're gonna follow up, they are, because to not follow up is disgraceful. It's just not okay, right? And I just wonder if I never thought about this until right now. Is Libra sort of like, y'all, we're off center, we're off balance with the just like that one, the nice pleasantries that come with one-to-one interactions. We've just lost it. And now we're going to get an opportunity to reset ourselves and bring back that, it's kind of like that interaction, whether we know the person or if it's just in passing. I feel like that quality is missing from a lot of society, maybe not all of it, but I have a mentee that I signed up to be a mentor for at Spelman College, and I told her, I said, "You are a very different Gen Z." And I can just tell it's just who she is. Like, she's not trying to be this way. She's always on time. She's ready. Whatever we say we're going to discuss, she's ready to discuss it. If we say, "This is what you're working on this week," follow up, she is going to do it. It's one of the things that I love about working with people who are Libra or Libra like. My goodness, Libras are just so, like, you can count on them, and they're going to be ready, and they like things decent and in order. And so just to see that in this young woman, it's like, wow, she naturally has this. I'm sure her parents have helped to cultivate that in her. And it is something that I told her, "This is gonna take you very far," I remember, I would teach my children, when someone does something kind for you, say thank you. And, it was like I might would have to remind them when they were younger, and then once they got older, it just became something that they naturally did. And it was like people would be like, "Wow, you have such well-mannered children." Or like, I would teach them when we go a place, we say hello, of course, be safe. But in general, it's like when we show up someplace where we do know people, we're all together. When people speak, we say hello. We greet people, just teaching them that. And just small little things like that. Everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, these children are amazing." That kind of thing takes us very, very far. I know that we're just really in this activist time. We're having to really fight. There's been a loss of respect and that kind of thing. Um, and I'm thinking about governmental stuff that we see stuff in the media. And I just think that we're getting an opportunity to refine that, bring it back, purge the old, bring something new. So, yeah, just want to add that in there and hope that that is helpful. And also just saying that this is something that we can begin to cultivate in our own selves and release anything that perhaps is the opposite of what, this beautiful energy that Libra brings. I wish y'all a wonderful full moon eclipse in Libra. Light your candles, trust yourself. It's safe to trust yourself. Tap into your inner wisdom, your inner goddess. Do some journaling to see what's coming to you. Pay attention to the signs that are showing up in your life. I just know it's going to be wonderful. All right. Thank you all so much. And yeah, see you in my next video. Peace and love.